Hey there, welcome to another episode of Eve News, Weather, and Sports. I'm Mike Azariah. Today is July 27th, 2026, and let's get down to it. Just a few things to chat about today. Hope to keep it under 10 minutes, but I'll be talking about that at the end. One, there was a new Okami chat, FC Okami, talking some more about the upcoming Ansible exchanges and force projection. And it's an interesting chat. They start to get down to some hard numbers. Basics of it is that you're going to have a radiating rings coming out from your capital if you are an alliance. Now, this is interesting in that normally when we look at a map in EVE Online, we look at the number of jumps that you have to take. When you use bridging and when you use Ansiblexes, you start looking at the reality of the map, which is in terms of actual distance, as opposed to some nebulous gate that takes you from point A to point B without worrying about how much real estate is in between the two. So these rings are going to be 5 light year increments. If you're traveling within 5 light years of your capital, then it's going to be pretty much free. Within 1 light year, you start to pay a penalty depending on your hull size and where you're traveling to. So if you start traveling out to the fifth ring, all of a sudden I flashed to Dante's Inferno, and I can't remember what's on the fifth ring. If you do know that sort of trivia, let me know down below. But anyways, it costs a lot and is going to be prohibitive to move even 5 battleships out to the fifth ring rapidly. If you do that, then the gate is going to be out of juice and it will take 6 to 6.5 hours for it to get back to full again. So this is going to really limit traffic and emergency traffic, and it'll be an interesting thing to see how it goes. But as Okami said, chatting with us, FC Swift, almost said it, but not quite, with FC Swift, that nothing is written in stone. The numbers can be changed right up until they're released and even after, because they'll have their fingers on the dials and levers. So don't panic if you read this and go immediately, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Funny thing is, sometimes when I write my notes, I write abbreviations. And so my next story was talking about monthly, and I thought, oh, another monthly economic report. Wait a minute, no, there isn't. Not out yet. So monthly actually was talking about a monthly ban report. Link will be down below. But I found it interesting that the FC was talking about various bans, permanent and temporary, that happen to players when they break the rules as they are set. They have what they were banned for in a graph showing what the most common bans for. It was funny that the number one thing was not what I expected. The number one thing that people get banned for is automated character creation, where people are rolling out 100 or 200 characters one after another and have just programmed some bot to create the characters for them. The second thing that they graphed, or it's a bar graph, but it was interesting, was the age of the band. In other words, how old are the characters getting banned? Now, if you figure that they spot somebody rolling characters over and over and over again, those guys are caught. So a fair number of bans are at 1 to 2 days old. The least is it's a tail, but you don't get many people over a year old getting banned because by that time you're either enjoying the game or you're long gone. They had the skill point value of the banned people, the most common ship used, which was an interesting thing for the banned people. And it turned out to be a MOA. Now, I had to read up on this to go, why the hell is it a MOA? And it turns out that one of the more common botted activities is home front operations because a bot team of 5 can run it. It's fairly predictable. And so that's where the MOAs come in. They also had at the tag end the kind of nya nya nya, which was when you get banned for RMT, they grab your risk and impound it. The amount banned in a month was 1.97, just short of 2 trillion ISK. So that's a fair amount, and that is being taken from the RMT buyers. So not only is it illegal in the game to sell ISK, it's also a bannable offense to buy it. So we get people rookie help chat going, is that for real? And they have some .ru website that's trying to sell you. They, we call them gold sellers, even though it's ISK sellers, but it's people trying to sell in-game currency for real game money, for real world money. And we warn them, if you get caught doing this, one, you will be all that money will be taken away from you. Two, you will probably get a ban, temporary or permanent. And three, what that website really wants is not the money paying for just a bit of ISK. They want your credit card number, and they will be doing fun things, buying stuff for themselves on your account. It's a fun read. I will provide the link down below. The last thing was something I want to talk about. I have a goal to keep these shows at 10 minutes or less. I think a few times I break that, but not often. I keep it at 10 minutes for less. But you may not understand that I can talk for a very, very long time. I'm a retired teacher. I'm good at that. I'm good for about 45 minutes to an hour of continuous talking, and my students will tell you I'm a pro at it. I got paid for that sort of thing. So I got invited to do a episode of This Eve Life with SEMA. I think if you are looking for them on Twitch, it's SEMA GPT. Same for YouTube. And I will provide a link down below of the interview he did with me just a couple of days ago. And we definitely ran over an hour. It was not 10 minutes or less. Fun guy to chat with. We both had some laughs. And if you want to hear a longer form of me talking about the game of Eve Online, that would be the place to go. That's the most current outside thing that I've done. So let's get to the movement. Not a lot of movement right now, although Insidious dropped about a fifth of their numbers. So they dropped 1,098 players, leaving just shy of 4,000 left. Incorporation, it all looked like housekeeping. There was one in the low triple digits. Most of the movement was in the double digits. So there was nothing that really stood out to me as a corporation dying or moving on or growing rapidly. Violence wise, in nullsec, it was Papa X-Ray Tech India Hotel November with 465 ships popped and 393 pods. That's over the past 24 hours. In lowsec, it was Said. I have no idea the right way to say this. I really miss when CCP used to do the how to pronounce it according to the devs. But Said is how I say it. Live with it. With 478 ships and 77 pods. In high sec, we are back to JITA again with 1,222 ships and 291 pods popped. In NPC space, where the NPCs are getting blown up, it was 56,959 NPCs met their makers in one day, and it was Yankee Tac Zulu X-Ray India Oscar. So it's a very common Peregrine Soul, I think Frat or Dracaris. I didn't look it up this time. It's been a while since I looked. That's all I got to chat with you about. If you want to see a longer chat, the SEMA. If you want to talk about the band players, I found it hilarious. Link is down below. Give me a like, give me a comment sometime. I feel sometimes like I'm yelling into the void. I've stared into the void stared back. I yelled at it, it yelled at me. But I'd rather be chatting with players than I would the void. The void is starting to not answer any of my texts or phone calls. I think it's avoiding me. Dad jokes. To your health and your dad. Ciao, Bella.